Greeting everyone, welcome to the 5-minute tech update.
Now let's move on to the next piece of news. Over half of Vision Pro only apps are paid downloads, far more than wider iOS App Store, with 52% of Vision Pro only applications being paid, compared to 5% of premium apps across the App Store. Apple's Vision Pro adds spatial computing for app engagement and revenue creation. 13% of Vision-only applications included subscriptions, and 35% of apps didn't make money through the App Store. The majority of apps have an average cost of $567, which is less than $10. Apple pulled Vision Pro apps from the top charts in spite of this, which affected discovery. Developers like Christian Seelig and Michael Saman were successful, but Apple's decision prevents them from growing further. This move to premium downloads opens up new revenue streams and may change Apple's services-driven business model. Now let's move on to the next piece of news. In battle with X, Threads gets trending topics where politics will be allowed. A state in Meta is that if you can solve it in the trending feature. We have to do this reason at a distress of the dedication safety, and say if we have this less than dependence here, which means that the dedication is a complete medicine. And these AI-driven subjects, which are selected by Meta's AI and content experts, show up in search in the For You feed. Content that is objectionable can be flagged by users, and political content that conforms to criteria won't be suppressed, according to Meta. Topics are excluded from the political content purge, in contrast to tailored recommendations. This feature, which encourages real-time chats, could make Threads more competitive against X. Human error is still unknown. Now let's move on to the next piece of news. Google's and Microsoft's chatbots are making up Super Bowl stats. The Gen AI-powered Google Gemini presents fictitious statistics. In line with Microsoft's Copilot, which falsely claims the 49ers prevailed, Gemini supports the Chiefs over the 49ers. These mistakes demonstrate the shortcomings of Gen AI. Gen AI models are devoid of true intelligence. Instead, they rely on probability-based learning from large data sets, which frequently produces grammatically sound but meaningless outputs or disseminates false information. A partnership. The necessity to validate Gen AI-generated content is highlighted by misinformation. Even as manufacturers such as Google and Microsoft acknowledge the limitations of their AI. It's a warning story to treat Gen AI outputs with skepticism despite their potential for harm. Now let's move on to the next piece of news. Surprise! Mark Zuckerberg thinks Quest 3 is better than Vision Pro. The assessment of Apple's Vision Pro Meta Quest 3 by Mark, too far, Quest 3, significant value, develops Quest 3 with a lesser value in Quest and Point, despite the price difference of different casting system. When compared to Vision Pro's higher resolution panels, Quest 3 shines in terms of comfort, weight, and gaming experience. Quest's broader field of view and hand tracking in conjunction with tactile controls were lauded by Zuckerberg. Meta intends to bring eye tracking back to more affordable headsets. Apple is joining the mixed reality space, but Meta has a robust library, several headgear revisions, and partners like Roblox. Quest 3's standing as the best option for mixed reality consumers is strengthened by Zuckerberg's support, as Meta attempts to hold on to its lead. Now let's move on to the next piece of news. TikTok is testing an exclusive subspace where live creators can interact with subscribers. In an effort to foster greater community engagement, TikTok launches Subspace. a special space where live producers may communicate with subscribers. Initiating subject threads and polls allows creators to engage in direct discussion with subscribers who pay for access and ready today. But now, of course, some, if anything, would import you and my intention or it fall. They can make you an interesting way to ensure your environment in works so proud. Targeting game makers who have access to live studio despite having fewer than 1,000 followers. TikTok is broadening its live services. Influence. This action is in line with TikTok's plan to rival streaming services like Twitch. Subspace is an example of TikTok's dedication to improving the live experience and creator-subscriber interactions. Now let's move on to the next piece of news. An offline AI chatbot solution for owners of GeForce RTX 30 and 40 series GPUs is unveiled by Nvidia. Gen AI models can be tailored by users to queries local files and documents, making natural language searches easier and final design. The tool works with multiple text-based models such as Meta's Llama 2 and Mistral's open source version. Nevertheless, downloading model data takes a large amount of storage. It can currently load YouTube playlists, transcriptions, and deal with text, PDF, docx, and XML formats. NVIDIA recommends maximizing relevance by managing wording and dataset size, despite the fact that it lacks context memory. In spite of the possibility of abuse, offline AI technologies like chat with RTX support the trend of low-cost local model deployment by offering privacy and efficiency advantages.
Anyway, thank you to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel.